Oh, I'm gonna miss this thing when I don't get to race it anymore. And I miss it so badly. I so enjoy it. So much fun.
Search Auto Trader.
The Toyota GR Yaris has been a resounding success for Toyota within the international market, and recently South Africa received its second allocation of these cars. We've got one here with us today, but we're not going to be doing a traditional review because that's already been done by my colleague Chad Lookoff. If you'd like to see that review, please click in the link down in the description box below. So why have we assembled here at Zwartkops International Raceway? Well, we want to see what a production GR Yaris is like compared with a racing version, more specifically my racing car. I spent an entire season driving the racing version of the GR Yaris around circuits across South Africa. So before we hop in the race car, let's get a bit of a palate cleanser and get back into the road car and see what it's like out on the circuit. Righty, so here we are out on the track in the road going GR Yaris, and now, as I mentioned, if you want to see a proper in-depth review of this car, you can check out my colleagues, the link in the description below. But just want to take you through some of the facts of this GR Yaris. Now, Toyota South Africa have decided to only bring the rally specification GR Yaris models to the local market, and that means the standard edition will no longer be offered, and however many of those are in the country is unfortunately as many as we'll get. But this rally edition is really the one you want. It's got forged BBS alloy wheels, and it's got Michelin Pilot Sport 4S rubber. It's got a revised suspension that is more track focused. It's also got front and rear Torsen limited slip differentials, and that makes this car incredibly competent on track. Now, in addition to what is complaining at me right now, the lane keep assist and the adaptive cruise control, Toyota have also added rear park distance control to the model now, and that's pretty much the extent of all the changes. It's the same 198 kilowatts, 360 newton meters from a 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, 0 to 100, 5.5 seconds, a top speed that is electronically limited to 230 kilometers an hour. Now, being four-wheel drive, there is loads and loads of traction. There's also a multitude of different configurations for the driving mode. You can have the traction control on or off. You can have sport mode with traction control off. You can have track mode with traction control off, or you can leave the car in normal mode with all the stability control and stuff on. So how does this car compare with the race car? Well, surprisingly, the two cars feel relatively different, but there isn't too much different to them in terms of the specification on paper. That race car is the same rally specification as this, just with the aforementioned racing upgrades. And I have to say, the performance has been impressive throughout this season. We've had lap times comparable to a certain one make series Polo Cup, and we've been really impressed with the performance of the car. How does this particular road car feel compared to the race car? Well, chuck it into a corner here and feel. Well, you can definitely feel road tires. A little bit more willing to wag its tail. Doing my own heel and towing, yeah. Alrighty. I have to say, road car still feels mighty. So, initial impressions. Now the race car's up to temperature. How do we feel? Well, I have a lot more confidence in the grip and the brakes, and subsequently the turn in. It comes down to the tires and the brakes really, but the cars are incredibly similar. I'm impressed with how close the road car is to the race car, and as I mentioned earlier, there isn't actually too much difference between this car and the road car. It is essentially just a stripped out road car, but the addition of stickier rubber and slightly better brakes just give me that additional confidence that I really need. And it's incredible is the repeatability of performance in these cars, whether you're in the road car or in this race car. The consistency that you can get out of them is impressive. You don't get heat soak, you don't get a drop off in performance. The only thing that we've ever seen drop off in these cars, in the road car around the Formula K circuit, we saw the tires and brakes be the limiting factor, and in this race car the limiting factor is the tires. After about 8 laps of racing or 8 laps of practice, the tires start to get really hot and they need a cool down lap. Other than that, the car performs pretty faultlessly. There's no problems with the car getting hot, there's no problems with the brakes. It's absolutely incredible. And this is a road car. I still have a license disc on this thing. And I've been told by team at Fast Developments to not use the IMT function on the car, so I'm heel and towing myself in the race car. Oh, I'm gonna miss this thing when I don't get to race it anymore. And I miss it so badly. I so enjoy it. So much fun. One day, when I'm old and grey, I'd like to think that I look back upon this day, a day where I could reflect upon racing that magnificent GR Yaris in the National Extreme Series, and when I had a chance to compare it with its road-going brother in an epic video. I absolutely love creating content about the cars that I enjoy, and the GR Yaris is one of my favorite cars at the moment. I simply must make a plan to own one of these cars one day. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you want to buy or sell your car, search Outtro Trader. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button below. It really helps us out. If you liked the video, hit the like button, please. And remember to leave a comment down below with what car you'd like us to test next. Cheers.
Don't sell your car for less. Outtro Trader's new instant offer is based on live market prices, ensuring you get what your car's really worth. So if you're selling a car, search for the brand you can trust. Search Outtro Trader.